Welcome back, guys. It's Dr. Mike, physical therapist. If you are someone like myself who works out from home and want to learn just how you can build stronger legs with just using dumbbells, then this video is going to be for you. In this video, I wanted to teach you some of my favorite exercises that I like to use just using dumbbells to strengthen my legs from home. Let's get started. So the nice thing about these exercises that I'm going to teach you is that you really only need one dumbbell to perform each of the exercises. However, just know that one, you can complete these exercises with two dumbbells, and also consider the weight of the dumbbell. So if you have a heavier dumbbell at home, you're going to be performing less repetitions, maybe anywhere between 6 to 8 reps on each leg. But if you have a lighter dumbbell, you might be able to complete these exercises with maybe anywhere between 10 to 15 repetitions. So the first exercise we're gonna get started with is the ultimate goblet squat. We're gonna use the goblet squat to really help strengthen our quadriceps, our hamstrings, and our glutes. And we're gonna start with our feet in about a shoulder width apart. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna pick up that dumbbell and you're gonna place it in the front rack position. The reason why I like this is because it's going to really keep your torso upright so that when you're squatting down, you're not falling forward just like this, okay? That's one of the common errors that I'll see with the squat. So you'll go ahead and pick the dumbbell up however you like. You'll place it in a front rack position. You'll allow your hips to kind of go straight down. You'll notice you'll be sinking in with the dumbbell, and then you're gonna stand up all the way at the top, extending those knees and standing up nice and straight, okay? Once again, you're gonna lower yourself back down, trying to keep your torso upright, really keep that weight nice and close to your body, and then you're gonna stand upright. So we're gonna work on, for the first set, about 10 repetitions. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I'll work on those for about 3 to 4 sets of 10 repetitions here. Next exercise we're gonna move on to is the step back lunge. The reason why I love the lunge in general is it puts us in a split stance, which is really gonna help us strengthen one leg at a time, and it will really identify whether you have weaknesses and imbalances between each of the leg. Nice thing about doing this with one dumbbell is that it's really gonna challenge your core, and it's almost like a suitcase carry. The suitcase carry is where you're actually holding a dumbbell and you're walking, and you're preventing the dumbbell from pulling you over. So it's really training a lot of your obliques, transverse abdominis, and a lot of your torso muscles that keep you standing nice and tall. So we can do that using the step back lunge by holding on to one dumbbell on each side. So I'm gonna take that dumbbell. I'm gonna start by stepping back about 3 or 4 feet behind me, working on keeping my torso nice and upright, stepping back, and then I'm gonna alternate legs just like this. Notice I'm not letting my hips hinge. I'm not bringing my torso over my toes. I try my best as I'm completing this to stay nice and upright, not allowing the weight to pull me over from one side to the other. Another thing to think about is when you're stepping back, I've mentioned this in a couple of my other videos, is that you want to consider the spacing of your step back lunge. Your step width is extremely important. If you're going in a very narrow stance, it's going to be hard to balance. This exercise is going to be way harder to perform. So you want to consider the spacing, open up that stance when you're stepping back. Make sure you're keeping good spacing. So we're gonna knock out about 10 on each side with this exercise. You're gonna really feel your hamstrings, your legs, your glutes. There's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And because I wanna train my other side as well, I'm gonna switch hands here, performing step back, trying to stay nice and upright. It's very challenging here. I think that's 3. 4, here's 5. Okay, just as the previous exercise, 3 to 4 sets, anywhere between 10 to 12 reps on each leg. All right, moving on to the Cossack squat, also known as the side lunge. Once again, just as the previous exercise, we're working on one leg at a time. We're focusing on really shifting down to one side in a side lunge. And when I'm doing this, I'm bringing one knee down and over. We're gonna shoot for the second and third toe here as I'm coming down here. Also notice with a lot of these exercises, we're focusing on really keeping that torso upright so that when you're standing up, you're really utilizing your legs to drive through the ground and to really stand up and not cheat by kind of bringing your torso over or looking down towards the ground, which kind of defeats the purpose of the exercise. So we're gonna try to perform about 10 reps again on each side, keeping the weight nice and close to your body. We're gonna shift to one side and you're really gonna feel those quadriceps working hard and even those glutes when you're standing up nice and tall. You might have to spread your legs a little wider to get that wide base of support. Here's 4. Here's 5. Here's 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. All right, takes us to the last exercise, which is gonna really focus on firing up that posterior chain. The first few exercises really focused on the quadriceps and all the muscles in front of the legs. Now we're really gonna focus on the posterior chain, our glutes, our hamstrings. You can tell I'm already out of breath with this workout. You can cycle through these exercises 3 or 4 rounds. It's gonna be very challenging. You're gonna get a great workout. So the last exercise we're gonna focus on is the Kickstand RDL. Like I mentioned before, targeting the glutes and the hamstrings. So we're gonna start in this staggered stance, just like this. Consider your spacing between your legs once again. If you go too narrow, this is gonna be a balance exercise, which this is not the intention of this exercise. We're really focusing on keeping the weight close to your body. You're holding the dumbbell in the opposite hand. You're hinging over, keeping that back leg in a kickstand position so you're on your toes. Both of your feet are facing forward, okay? You're initiating the movement by hinging at the hips. You're trying to reach your hips as far back as possible, really getting a good pull on the hamstrings. And we're gonna work on 10 on each side here. So we're gonna pick up this dumbbell, staggered in this position, okay? Hinging over, go 1, stand up all the way at the top. 2, you're gonna feel really that right leg that's in front working, or whichever leg for you is in front. 3, 4, hips are trying to stay as squared as possible. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you have it, guys. Those are some of my favorite exercises that I like to use at home when I'm training my legs using the dumbbells. Notice you don't always need a barbell to get a great workout. These dumbbells can be really effective, especially in addressing any weaknesses and imbalances that you have in each leg. If you liked this video and you found this video valuable, please hit that like, subscribe to the channel, and please leave a comment below on any other topics you'd like for me to cover, any other workouts, and I'll see you in the next one.